Hi guys, good morning. This is Suresh here. Welcome you all to the Success Factors Certification Training Program, Day 1.
Hi Suresh.
Hello guys.
Hi Suresh, good morning.
Morning guys, morning one and all. So guys, yeah, I understand few of you have been part of the previous demo that we had and few of you are joining for the first time. So for the benefit of everyone, let me introduce myself. As just mentioned, I am Suresh, where I hold 15 plus years of experience in the SAP domain and in which past 8 plus years is purely into success factors consulting. And coming to my experience on the training front, I've been delivering success factors trainings 6 plus years, almost close to 7 years, and I've trained over 1200 plus participants from different parts of the globe. And prior to that, I also handled SAP HCM trainings and trained over 100 plus participants on HCM as well. So this is to highlight my experience initially, both as a real-time professional and also on the training front. So I am not just into trainings. I have my real-time career, and all my discussions will be definitely with the real-time examples and the way how the any particular requirements will be looking like in a real-time project rather than just a training topic. So in that way, my discussions will continue. And talking about my credentials, so today I'm a professional certified consultant with the holding certifications on the top significant modules of success factors like employee central, recruiting management, performance management, succession and career development planning, all these areas. So, to introduce you with the suite of modules in success factors, guys, as most of you are already aware. So, success factors is basically a HR product from SAP. So, the way how any organization will require a software to maintain and manage their employee data. So, success factors will be used in that context. But not limited to that. It has various other functionalities within it in a way that an organization can use the success factor solution for various HR needs, like for recruiting process, for performance appraisal process, for career development programs for the employees. On various contexts, success factors has its solutions. Among them, as you see on my slide, the top three highlighted areas are part of our training agenda in the name of Employee Central, Performance Management, and Recruiting Management. So these are picked up in our curriculum based on the importance that these modules have in the global market. Across the geographies, these three modules will be doing good in terms of the career opportunities. Okay. And so before we even get into the respective module specific discussions, we'll first start with the introduction to mastery as an area. So introduction to mastery is a place where we will get a complete foundational knowledge of this product. So how does the architecture of this success factors work? What are the systems involved in it? The terminologies and the basic settings, the platform level things. All that is what we should be clear with the foundations when we're starting with a new technology. That's what we concentrate in the mastery level. And then we get into the respective modules. So, as a part of these modules, what do we learn is the configurations. How do we configure employee central as a module, recruitment as a module, and all? We look at the configurations in a way that in the real time projects tomorrow, you will be able to deliver the configurations as requirements by the customer. Okay. So, one good factor is that success factors is purely functional. So everything that you do is on-screen configurations. You don't require any programming knowledge here. That's the first clear point. And as a part of this training program, so in a real-time HR implementations, what all different requirements you get, it might be in terms of the structure to be set up in a system, the company's HR structure to be set up in a system, the workflow approval processes to be set up, the employee hiring processes, promotions, terminations, the way how we set up, or the performance appraisal module, the way how the ratings calculations will be set up. All these things in a real time project, what we come across is what in detail in a similar way we do the end to end configurations. And at last, once all these three modules are discussed, we'll also look at the reporting part, the way how reports can be generated out of the success factor system, in terms of the data present in the system about the performance ratings of the employees, salary data of the employees, personal details of the employees, anything if you want to extract. So how do you generate the reports for that? And the graphical representation of the data that the top management will be interested in. So the pie charts, column graphs and all. So graphically, how can you represent the data? Even that is what we'll be looking in the reporting part that way. So a quick understanding of the modules is where Employee Central will have the core activities like hire to retire. So right from hiring an employee and maintaining all their data, followed by the way how you update their employment records for promotions, transfers, increments, and final separation or retirement of the employee from the company. This entire cycle of activities is what will be handled in Employee Central, which is a core module we say, hire to retire cycle. During the employee's lifetime in the company, how do you set some goals and targets to the employees and how do you measure their performance is what we see in the performance management module. And then recruiting management is something that happens even before you hire an employee. If you have to select a candidate from the market, you when you have a vacancy, you how do you post the job requirement into the market into different sources, company portals, and LinkedIn, Naukri kind of different job portals. Once we start getting the profiles, how do we do the selection process, like interviews, assessments, background checks, all this until the offer release process? This entire thing is in the recruiting management module. So, in all these kinds of functions, digitally in a HR system, how can you carry out is what these module level configuration discussions we take upon. Okay. So that's to introduce you with what are we going to look towards down the line, guys. And at any point of time, if you guys have any questions, you can use the hand raise option. In the Zoom controls, you have the hand raise option so that you can raise your hand and I can call out your name and we can discuss your query. Okay. And also to be clear with what are we going to do by learning this program. So what kind of roles are we going to target is one we have to look at. So once you get trained and certified in the success factor solutions, so the kind of jobs you get is into the IT sector. Into the IT sector is where you get. So of course, currently you might be from the core HR, the operations background, talent acquisitions, US IT staffing backgrounds and all. End of the day, everybody is now going to land up into the IT sector where you get the jobs with these companies like Accenture, Wipro, Deloitte. Of course, these are the tier one companies. There are a lot of tier two, tier three, lot of IT companies. You get the jobs with that. And you work for the clients of these companies to set up their success factors system as per their HR requirements. For example, you get a job with IBM tomorrow. You will work for the clients of IBM. For example, if Coca-Cola is a IBM client, so you will work for the Coca-Cola Success Factors project and you will take the requirements from the Coca-Cola's HR department and configure the system for for Coca-Cola according to their requirements. So it might be the recruiting process of Coca-Cola, the performance management process of Coca-Cola, whatever. So you will take the requirements and you will configure the system. So this is how your job role will be working as a IT consultant, speaking with the HR departments of the clients, taking the requirements and configuring the system. So that way, a project can go for say 8 months or 1 year, kind of. Once one project is done, your company will allocate you to another employment. Now, IBM can allocate you a second project called PepsiCo. So that can again run for 8 months or 1 year. Then a third project. So one after the other, you will be working on different projects for different clients. So that is how your job role looks like. Okay, that's to give you a fair idea about where we are heading towards by learning this program. And without any further delay, I'll get into the success factors content. So to understand what is this product about. So in simple, three important points to highlight about this product is success factors is a cloud-based HR solution, guys. Most of you are already aware that it is a HR solution, but the key point to highlight it is a cloud-based. So cloud-based HR solution is what we say. But how is it? What is it different to highlight? Why do we highlight that it is cloud-based? How is it different from the regular applications? Is something we'll discuss in some time now. Okay. And so first thing is to highlight it is a cloud-based HR solution. Keep it aside. Next, it comes with a package of solutions. That's a bundled with core HR and talent solutions. That's what you have been seeing previously, the 11 different modules that we have in Success Factors Study. So Success Factors is not just for one specific need of maintaining employee data. You have a lot of solutions. So the recruiting software, performance management, compensation management, learning management. So the different applications what a HR department in an organization would be looking for to run its employee processes. So you have all of them covered in one single system. Various HR activities can be carried out under one single HR system. So a customer need not go for different products. So for one for recruiting software, one product; for performance management software, a different product; for reporting, a different product. You need not go for that. You have entire package of solutions under one single login. So that's one important factor for the success of the success factor solutions in the entire market of the HR operations that are in the market today. So this
Hi,
way,
Satish.
guys, please be on mute. If you have raised a hand, your name will be called.
Okay.
Thank you. First, update your name. If your name shows as Samson, can you please update your name? Thank you. Yeah. So this way, Success Factors comes up with a combination of core HR and talent solutions, guys. It's a package. So a company going for Success Factors have their entire HR needs served in one single system and one single login. And finally, it can also be implemented as a standalone product with all the 11 solutions of Success Factors being used without any other dependencies. You can implement it as a standalone product, or you can also implement it as a hybrid solution. Hybrid means, so if client wants to take only three modules from Success Factors, the top three modules from Success Factors, for learning management system, they want to go with some other vendor in the market. For career development planning, they want to go with some other product in the market. That way, if they want to go with different products and they want to integrate all these solutions, that is also possible. So success factors is highly compatible to integrate with any other SaaS systems. Like you want to integrate with a .NET system, you want to integrate with a Oracle system, Java system, anything. Success factors is compatible to integrate. So that way, so success factors is offering its applicability to implement either as a standalone product or even with as a hybrid solution with integrations possible. So these are the three important takeaways that it's a cloud-based HR solution. It comes with a portfolio of multiple core HR and talent solutions all under one single system, and it can be implemented as a standalone or a hybrid solution both the ways. It's not mandatory that you have to use SF as an independent one. You can get it integrated with other softwares also. So these are few important points to be noted when we start the discussion. Okay. Yeah, Pushpa, do you have a question?
Yeah, you said only 11 modules. Actually, time management also is there, right? One more module.
That's not a module separately treated. It's an extended part of Employee Central. Okay.
Okay.
It will not be
Okay.
treated as a separate module.
Okay.
Yeah. And now also to get some understanding of the background of success factors, guys. So you might be hearing about this product from last 4 or 5 years, or anyone maximum from 10 years, from 2014 in the Indian market. That is something available. But success factor has started initially in the US market in 2002 itself, 22 years back. 2002 itself, it has started. And today, success factors is supported in 168 countries across the globe with its product supported in 43 languages. 43 global languages success factor solutions are supported, guys, in 168 countries, and that's not a small thing. So you have your customers for success factors in the Asian market, Southeast Asian market, in Middle East, in Europe, in the USA, US market. Across the geographies, you have success factors customers. And that shows us the global consulting opportunities we have at Success Factors. A lot of on-site opportunities in this area. So initially, it has started with single module as performance and goal management in 2002, and today it is offered with 11 plus module, 11 main modules and few sub modules, 11 plus module portfolio. Success Factors is supported. So that's a little history of it, starting with one single module. Today, it is with 11 plus modules and 168 countries with 43 languages. It's a huge number. So, for if you look at this, for multinational companies, Fortune 500 companies, these Coca-Cola kind of larger organizations who have their offices in different parts of the globe, Success Factors kind of a global solution is an easy choice. So instead of maintaining one HR system for my Indian employees, a separate HR system for my US employees, instead of maintaining multiple scattered systems, Success Factors kind of a global system is an easy choice for the larger enterprises like Coca-Cola or many other companies to maintain one single global platform across the countries. I have all my employees of different countries under one single large global system in which multiple talent solutions are being executed. It's not I just maintain the employee. I use this employee data for performance processes, compensation process, learning management process, whatnot. So that shows us the credibility of this product in the global market. Okay. And to know about cloud. So what is this cloud? So we call success factors as a cloud solution. Why is that so? So what is the difference between the normal solutions and what is this cloud particularly? Is that in simple, every software will have a connected database, guys. That is very first point that we have to realize. Any software, for every digital screen that you are seeing on the front end, you see it in a mobile or you see it in a laptop, anywhere, a screen is going to definitely have a backend database. So that database in which you are maintaining some customer specific data, employee data, whatever, that database is going to be present in a customer's office. That is a traditional approach. Every company will have their own server room in their company where all the database servers will be maintained. That is a traditional approach. So that is where we have the database server in our office, in our premises. On premise is what we say. When we have the database server within our premises, on premise is what they say. Whereas in the cloud model, the database is not in the customer office anymore. It is remotely present. The database server can be in any other part of the globe. It might be in your country, it might be in another country, anywhere. So remotely hosting your database and accessing the data on demand whenever you require by connecting to the database through internet. You connect to the database through internet and access the data in that system when and wherever you want. That's called cloud model. So instead of you locally hosting your database, it is going to be remotely hosted, and you don't even have to take care about that database. SAP is going to take care of it. In the success factors, SAP is going to take care. So that way of remotely hosting your databases and accessing the data on demand through internet connectivity is what a cloud model is. Even in our day-to-day life, the way we use our Facebook, LinkedIn, Gmail, all these are on global on are on the same cloud model, guys. So if you take your Facebook account or your Gmail, whatever, so from last 10 years you guys are using these applications. So whatever photo or a video that you have hosted in your Facebook account 10 years back, or any email attachment that you have sent from your Gmail 10 years back, even today you will be able to access it. So that attachment in a Gmail that you have sent in 2014, even today in the sent items you can find it and you can open that attachment. So where is this attachment of the Gmail email that has been stored? It is in the Google server. So you can access that even now after 10 years, or again after 10 more years, in total 20 years, in 2034 also you can access that. So where is that particular file of 5 MB, 10 MB, whatever file you're attaching as an email attachment, where is that stored? Is in the Google servers. And where is a Google database server? We don't know. It can be in any part of the globe, but I am able to access it over internet. Same way success factors. So here we maintain the employee data in SuccessFactors system, and the database is going to be remotely handled by SAP for its global customers, and the customers can get connected to SuccessFactors database through internet. So this is what a cloud model is. In simple, remotely host your database and access the data in the database through internet connectivity is what a cloud model is. And that's also called as SaaS. In simple words, we refer it as a SaaS product, software as a service model. So here SuccessFactors is used as a service. Same like LinkedIn, Gmail, Facebook, all these are services. We don't install any softwares for this. While you're using LinkedIn or Facebook or Gmail, you're not installing anything in your laptop. Just with the internet and a browser, you are using them. Similar way, SuccessFactors also you'll use it over a browser with an internet connectivity. Even tomorrow, when you're going to start your configurations, practice accessing the system, you're not going to install anything in your laptop. Just a browser and an connectivity is required. So that way, SuccessFactors is being offered as a service. It's not a software, it has a service, it will be offered. And we host all our data in that. And that remote location where SAP is maintaining these customers' databases are called data centers. In remote locations, SAP is going to maintain these customer databases. Those are called data centers, where each and every data center is a collection of hundreds of customer database. In one data center, I can have 500 customer databases, 800 customer databases that way. So one data center is a large building, is a large server room with multiple database servers present in it. And as on date, SAP is operating 15 such data centers across the globe, 15 data centers across the globe to maintain and manage the global customer databases. In that, one is data center number 2, which is in Amsterdam, Netherlands. Then we have data center number 10, Sydney, Australia. We have one in Singapore, one in Saudi Arabia, one in South Africa. Like that, around the globe, 15 data centers are operated by SAP to handle the customer global databases. So this is about what is cloud, how is the cloud model functioning. This is how it is. But the question comes is about why cloud? Okay, we understand this is how the cloud operates. So remotely hosting of data. Instead of having the database locally in our office, we keep it remotely. But what is the necessity of it? The reasons. So the reasons are nothing but the advantages, guys. The advantages that the customers see with these cloud solutions are the reasons why they are migrating towards SuccessFactors kind of cloud solutions. First thing is where about hardware. So you need not invest on the hardware. When you are implementing a software in your company, you are only concerned about its front end, the application functionalities, UI. That is what you are concentrated on. The database is what you need not bother about. SAP is going to take the responsibility of maintaining your database. So maintaining the database remotely is where it's avoiding the cost that you have to spend on buying the database servers, the cost that you have to spend on maintaining those servers. You generally, whenever there is a database, we hire some network engineers in our company to take care of those servers. So now hiring of network engineers and their packages, maintaining their employees like round the clock. You need 2 3 employees, network engineers to take care of those servers. All this maintenance cost in handling those servers is reduced. So that's the first commercial benefit that the clients see. The hardware maintenance part that will reduce the total ownership cost of the project. That's the first commercial benefit. Next, licensing model. So SuccessFactors offers a licensing model in a way that is very beneficial to the end users, I mean, beneficial to the companies, such that SAP is not selling SuccessFactors as one single costly license. They made it into slices: employee central license, recruitment license, performance management license. Like that, they made it into small parts. Out of the 11 plus solutions, today, if you are going to implement 3 modules, I will charge you for only these 3 modules. Right from day one, I'm not forcing you to pay a costly license. Today, if you start your project with 3 modules, you pay me only 3 modules. After 2 years, if you are implementing 2 more modules, from then I'll start charging you for 5 modules. That way, so you are having the cost in a gradual way that will increase based on your implementation. It's not that you're going to be charged with a heavy cost right from the day one. First thing. Second, one more important benefit is exemption of people who are not going to use the system. So success factors is basically a self-service system. So generally don't think that because it is a HR system only HR department will use. No. Success factors, every employee in the company will get the login. If my company has 4,000 employees, all 4,000 employees will get the login ID password to log in into the system. It's a self-service system where everybody can look at their salary data, they can download their payslip, they can apply leave. Everything can be done in the HR system by every employee. Okay. So in such case, when everybody is going to use the number of people who are using the system, those many licenses client has to buy. If I have 10,000 employees, 10,000 licenses, 30,000 employees, 30,000 licenses. But the benefit here SAP is giving is those people who never log in into success factors, they for them SAP is not going to charge. Say in a company, in a manufacturing company of 30,000 employees, there will be a lot of people who are drivers, peons, floor laborers, factory workers, a lot of people who are not educated or they don't know how to use computers, laptops, all this. So then they don't log in into success factor system at all. So in such case, so out of in a company of 30,000 employees, easily you will have 5 6,000 employees of such count who are not using the computers at all. So for 5 to 6,000 employees, if you are giving me an exemption of not charging the license on their name, it's a huge commercial benefit to the client again. That way, so licensing model wise also, customers are commercially benefited in success factors. And one more important is about the release process. So success factor solutions are coming up with regular updates every 6 months. In the month of May and in the month of November, SAP is going to continuously keep releasing new features and functionalities. The SAP's innovation team is continuously developing new features in a way that they can enhance the capability of the product continuously. So all the new solutions what are coming in are completely free of cost to you. You need not invest any additional cost into it. That once you implemented success factors, you keep on enjoying the new features, latest features, the latest functionalities continuously without additional cost. That's one more commercial benefit. And last but not least, accessibility. Success factor solutions can be accessed from anywhere, anytime, any part of the globe over the internet. Same like you use your Facebook, LinkedIn, all this, you can use success factors. And that's the very important ask. After the recent pandemic, companies want their solutions to be remotely accessible. Even if my employee is in a remote village, he should be able to access it based on internet connectivity. So that's the point. So success factor solutions are remotely accessible and you can also access them over mobile. You can access them on tablets, iPads. Like this, it is supported in different devices, both in Android version and iOS version. We have the Android apps and iOS apps for success factors to access them on tablets, iPads, mobiles, all this. So these are all the various advantages with the cloud products or the reasons why people are migrating for success factors and how success factors has become a very booming product in the last decade. Okay. Any questions from anyone? Sounds good. If you have anything, do not hesitate to raise your hand, guys. We can discuss your queries. And I don't want to bore you guys with the presentations anymore. So let's get into the success factors systems as well quickly. So and before that, let me introduce you the system. So we have two systems as a consultant tomorrow when you're working on the configurations. These are the two systems we come across. The provisioning system and the instance system. These are the two systems. So provisioning system is where a consultant can only access. We call it as backend. The only reason we call it as a backend of success factors is because client will never see that. If Coca-Cola is the client Coca-Cola is never seeing the provisioning. Only I as a consultant working on the project will see that provisioning system. And that is a system where that is a system where all the activations will happen. Activations like out of the 11 modules, which modules the customer is starting to implement today to activate that modules. Out of 43 languages that SF offers, which languages the client wants to enable. So enabling that required languages. Say if my offices are in Saudi, I need to enable Arabic. If my offices are in China, I need to enable Chinese. Like that, which languages to be enabled based on the requirement of the client, we can do it in the provisioning. So provisioning is a system where we do only activations, nothing more than that. Just a checkbox, tick a checkbox, such kind of things, and we call it as backend, and it is accessible only by a certified success factors consultant. You should be certified to get the access to the provisioning system. That is a key point. And volume of activities level also, provisioning level, what you do is very minimal things. 15% of the things are only done in the provisioning, but critical things. That very less things you do in provisioning, but they are critical. They are dependent on certification, all that. Whereas the instance, the other system at the bottom, instance is what we call it as the front end of success factors. And we call it as front end because that is a system the client is going to see. So if Coca-Cola is my client and Coca-Cola has 30,000 employees, all employees are going to log in into SuccessFactors instance system. Every employee is going to have his own unique ID and password to log in into the system. And they can explore SuccessFactors. They can look at their own data, they can apply leave, they can do their performance ratings. Like this, a lot of things an employee can do in the SuccessFactors instance system. And as a consultant, that is a system where we do majority of our configurations. You see 85% of the configurations are on the instance system that we do. 15% of the things are only in the provisioning. That too, we don't call them as configuration. It's activations. Provisioning level, what I do is all activations. The actual configurations of the project will happen in the instance side. Majority of the things, 85% of the things. So that way, we have two systems that we will be working as a consultant, provisioning an instance. And now I'll showcase you how does those systems look like as well. So this is the success factors instance system, guys. First, I'm showing you the front end system, what employees will be able to see. This is an instance system where every employee can log in with their unique ID and password. And this page can also be enhanced with the customer specific logo. The success factors logo is what you can update with customer logo. And the background, the plain white background is what you can update with some customer specific background images. All that you can start customizing right from the login page. And once you log in with your credentials, this is the first page that you see. This is the first page that it shows you the home page, success factors home page, we can say, that will display the client logo on the left hand top. It starts wishing you good morning, good afternoon messages. It has different icons on the system such that each and everything will, with a single click, it will take you to the internal parts of the system. With a single click, that can navigate you to the internal applications in the system. Those are quick actions. So what are the applications that employees will be frequently using is what that can be kept under quick actions. Like generally employees will be liking to apply leaves. That is one important purpose employees will come into HR system. So request time off is an icon that I have here. Clicking on it, I'll be able to apply a leave with a single click. It will take me to the leave application screen. If I am a person from HR department and I want to frequently access some reports, so here I have my favorite reports, view favorite reports. Clicking on it, it will take me to the report screen. Like that, different kinds of things are under quick actions. And we can also enhance this homepage with various other additional sections, custom sections that we can bring in on the homepage. So we have a dedicated session on the way we can handle the homepage. We'll discuss that down the line. And here we get the navigation into the respective modules what are activated in the system. It might be the compensation management, career development, performance and goals, recruiting, like this. Different areas, whatever are enabled, they all will be shown up here. With a single click, I can get into that respective module related screens. And here, when you go for this employee file, that will take you to your employee profile. That will show the current logged in person's profile. Currently, I logged in as an admin user called Emily Clark. So she's an admin in the system. So her profile with what all information has been maintained in the system, right from her profile picture, a lot of other details are mentioned. Her personal details, her employment details, all that. Scrolling down, you can see if she maintained her address data, national IDs like Aadhaar number, PAN number, kind of personal information. Like this, lot of things can be maintained. And you'll also have a place where you can see the job title in which you're working, the the department, the location in which the employee is working, like this, lot of things. So this is a page where you find all the employee data, each and every minute detail of employee information can be maintained, and we call it as a profile of a user. Profile, employee's profile with all the data. And this is part of Employee Central. It's how to customize this page, how to set up what sections of information is required, all that part of our Employee Central configurations. We are going to see this soon that way. And on the right hand top over here, we'll have an option to get into something called as settings, where this settings will give you an option to get into the settings of your own account, and this is going to be available for every employee. This is not nothing to do with consultant, admin, or anything. Every employee in the company can get into settings, and they can handle the settings of their own login, how the system should behave in their own login. So one thing is change language. So here they can choose whichever language they're interested to use the system in. As I told, SuccessFactors is supported in 43 languages. In the provisioning system, we will be able to enable the required languages. So out of 43 languages, the success factors in this system, they have enabled around some 15 languages here. So in these 15 languages, whichever language the user is interested in, they can choose. So it is the company's decision to decide which languages to be enabled. So and they enabled these 15 out of the total 43. But in these 50, now it is the user choice which language he wants to use the system. He's interested in English, or if he's a person from Korea and he's interested in seeing the system in Korean language, it's up to him. I click on Korean and click on switch, the entire system will now start showing up in the Korean version. Right from that good morning message, all the section headings, all the icons, all the module names, everything is Korean that way. So this way, it is an end user choice that they can look at the system in whichever language they wish to, and at any point of time, they can keep changing it. There is no specific thing like you have to use the system in one dedicated language. Every 5 minutes, I can keep changing. So you have US English version, I mean US English version, and also the UK English, the British English as well. So two kinds of English is also SuccessFactors supporting. So that way they can switch to the English again. So at any point of time, you can change your language. There is no such restriction on that. Okay. And then here on the right hand top under the same settings, the place where we have seen, just go for the settings. And here you will be able to set up your mobile app as well. On the left hand bottom, you will have a place where you can look at the instructions and you can set up your mobile app in your mobile phone. And finally, when you are required to log in on your mobile phone, instead of entering the ID and password as a traditional way, you have an advanced way of logging in with QR code. You can scan this QR code on your mobile phone with your SuccessFactors mobile app, and this account, so which account you're logged in the laptop, that account will get into your mobile phone now. That's it. So this Emily Clark login will come into your mobile phone if you are logged in into, if you have downloaded your mobile app in the I mean, if you have downloaded your SuccessFactors app in the mobile phone, that way. So this way, once you activate the account, that's it. It is going to stay logged in. Same like the way your Facebook, your LinkedIn, everything is logged in the mobile phone. SuccessFactors account is also logged in. Any point of time, you can with a single click, you can open your profile from mobile phone itself. If you want, you can apply the leave. If you are a manager, you can do your approvals. Whatever workflow request came for your approval as a manager, you can approve from mobile. Everything can go on a go. That advanced success factor screens and UIs are. Okay. So this is about just to give you an introduction of look and feel of how the instance system, the front end of success factors, the end user system looks like. Any queries, anyone? No questions at all, guys? It's great if everything is clear, but if you have any questions, just do not hesitate, guys. It's no one knows you here, so everybody is new to everyone here. So do not hesitate. In the starting of the sessions, generally I expect a lot of questions in the initial 2 3 days. Don't hesitate and get all your queries clarified. Yeah, Vijeta.
Yeah, hi Suresh. I just wanted to ask what is the real difference between a configuration and implementation?
Okay. Implementation and configuration is not a difference. When a project is being implemented, a new project is being implemented, you have configurations or developments as two things. So
Okay,
configuration means on-screen configurations. When you are doing that, that's what a functional will do. So you are, what do you say? Generally, if it is a person who is writing any program code and all, we say they are developing something.
okay,
Okay. Whereas on screen you're doing the settings, that's where configuration. So success factors doesn't have any development roles. It is having pure functional. So that's where we call it as configurations. We don't have any development, no programming involved. So implementation is common. You do configuration or you say development, implementation is the project. Okay.
okay.
Sounds good. Next we have one Vanaja.
Hello.
Hi.
I just want to know the quick actions, whatever we have this request time off and view my profile. This is done through Employee Central only.
Multiple. So if it is request time off, delegate workflows, this is
Yeah.
employee central related. You see, there is something related to my goals. So this is related to PMGM module.
Yes.
Okay, like this for different modules, what are activated in the system, related quick actions can be brought up. It's not part of any specific module. Or from all modules, you'll have different kinds of quick actions.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. And now let me showcase you the other system, which is the provisioning. As we discussed, success factors has two systems, guys, the provisioning and the instance. So instance is the one, the front end system, what we saw just till now. The provisioning side of it, the back end system where I told success factors consultants who are certified only can access the provisioning. So how does that system look like? Let us have a look. So this is the provisioning system. So whenever you log in into success factors, this is how the provision, when you log into provisioning system, this is how it looks like. And how many projects you are parallelly working, those many line items will come here. So in this system now currently I'm having two systems access, that is two clients. So for every project, there will be one unique code. So if Coca-Cola is implementing success factors, SAP will allocate one code for that Coca-Cola project. Similarly, PepsiCo, Air India, like that, whatever are the different clients, for every client, there will be one project code, company ID or project code, anything you can say. So here, I am currently connected with two projects, both are listed. Which project related I have to deal with? I can click on that. I can just click on the company name and that will take me into that company specific provisioning page. And here, scrolling down, you'll find a lot of things, a lot of navigations of different modules that we see down the line. But the primary thing and the most commonly used thing is the very first one, company settings. In the provisioning, the primary thing, the primary reason why we come here is some initial activations to be done in the project. That's what under company settings, the very first navigation you do. And when you get into it, that's where you see just from here, lot of several checkboxes is what you see. Each and every line item is consisting of a specific checkbox. So that checkbox is representing one particular feature or a module to be enabled or not. So performance management to be enabled or not, that module. In that, different features and functionalities to be enabled or not again. Next, you have coming down compensation management module to be enabled or not. In that, if you enable, which features and functionalities of that module to be enabled. That way, everything in provisioning is just about activations, just a checkbox. You have hundreds of checkboxes here. It's all about enabling. Provisioning level, you don't do any configurations, just enabling switches. This checkbox is to be enabled, disabled is what a switch that you have to decide. That's it. Okay, this is how it functions. And even a place you have for language packs. Here is a language packs. All the 47 languages what SuccessFactors is supporting today, you have the list here. So which languages the client wants to enable, only that we select, the others will be deselected. Say you have the US English, you have the UK English, the British English, German, Danish. At the bottom, you will have Hindi for India, Arabic for Middle East. Like this, you have multiple languages as of supports today. Just a checkbox that you have to activate, nothing more than that. So that way, provisioning level things are very minimal, just activations with checkboxes, but they are crucial. Until you activate these things, you can't do the rest of the configurations on the instance side. So that way, the two systems exist, the provisioning system and the instance system, two systems are there. Any queries over here? Okay. And also to give you guys an understanding of the config part, I showed you the instance system, but how does a config actually look like? What do you as a consultant do? The config part, how does it look like? I'll also show you that. Before that, let me take a question. Yarago?
Yeah, hi. So we will be working on both the systems or which one?
As a consultant, we have activities on both the sides, provisioning side and instance side, both sides.
It depends on the project. We will give the authority, right?
Every project will have a necessity of going to both the systems.
Okay, okay, fine. Thank
You
you.
are working on a EC module or a recruitment module or a PMU module, anything. For every module, there will be some activities on the provisioning, some activities, majority of the activations on the instance side. So both sides will be looking at. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. And there is a question in the chat about Giridhar asking about implementation methodology. So Giridhar, implementation methodology is in my agenda for tomorrow. So this is the implementation methodology related. We have the process activate methodology is what we say. This is what we'll take up in the tomorrow's agenda. It's a lengthy discussion that goes for half an hour. We'll take it up tomorrow. Okay. Next, Vanaja.
Yeah, Suresh. I just want to ask, like, as you said, like, it's only for feature activation provisioning is used. So
Right.
don't we have anything like such importing through provisioning and XML data in EC?
We will have it. Those are also the minimal things that we are required to do. When I say activations, those are also the prerequisite things.
Okay.
I understand that you know about that XMLs, but that's something at one point of the time we'll discuss that as well. Okay,
Right.
but there is nothing configuration. We don't call it as configuration. All these, as I already mentioned on my slide about the provisioning related, it is activations is a major part, which is related to the module related activation, the language pack related activations, all that. And I also mentioned XMLs. That's where we just upload them. That's again not a config. On one particular point of, I'll also introduce what is that XMLs, where do we do that. Okay.
Thank you.
Sounds good. Okay, now to quickly also show you how a config look like, guys. So now this is an instance system, and I say this is a system where 85% of our configurations should be done. So let's have a look at one basic starting level configuration. How does it look like? What you as a consultant will be required to do. Example, You're on the profile. You open an employee's profile and you see different sections of employee information, starting with, say, personal information. So here I have prefix, surname, first name, middle name, last name, different fields are there.
Hello. Sorry, did you share any screen? Because okay, now I can able to.
Might be a system refresh thing. So when you are in this profile, here you have personal information with different set of fields, guys. So now if there is a change that you have to do, example, this fields, I mean, there are multiple fields. If client is asking you to make this surname field to be pushed to the fourth place instead of second place, they ask you to push it to the fourth place, or they want to relabel this surname as last name. Okay, so relabeling, repositioning the fields, or if they ask you to remove this preferred name field, they don't want this preferred name, they want us to remove it completely, or add a custom field here called blood group as one more custom field to be added. Any such changes can come. Lot of changes can come on the standard screens what SF is offered. So when client is asking such changes, we will have a place in the system in the name of business configuration. So here we have manage business configuration as a place. So in this manage business configuration, we have for each and every block of employee information, it might be address details of the employees, national IDs of the employees. For various blocks we see on the UI, you have one config node. Say for the personal information also, when I click on this personal info, the respective block opens up personal information. And once you turn the screen into editable mode on the right hand top, here you have the fields. Each and every field, what you're seeing on the front end, first name, middle name, surname, all these fields, what you're seeing on the UI. So here you can play with the fields. Any changes the client is asking. So surname, they want us to change it to last name. Change it. Not only in English, in other languages like in Arabic, Chinese, all the other languages you want to update also, just click on the small icon against this field that will bring up with all the translations, German, Spanish, French, in all the places wherever you have to maintain, you can. So I'm updating it to last name everywhere. In default name, in English, UK also I'm updating. And that German, all that, if you know, you can, else you can ask for the client to provide the translations, whatever changes have to happen that way. So system is not going to auto translate in other languages. You have to maintain it. That too, client has to give it. If you ask me to change a label in English, so that change, how should that be updated in Spanish? How should that be changed in French? Everything client has to give me. We are not going to dependent on Google. You should not try to go for Google translations, and it is not also automated. We have to maintain it based on customers' input that way. So default SF standard labels already they are maintained in all the 43 languages. Once you start maintaining a change, the translations of the other languages also client only have to give it that way. So now the last name is changed. And if they want last name field to be in the fourth place after middle name, you have arrows against every field. You can place it in the fourth place by moving up and down. I have brought it to the fourth place. And if you want to make a field mandatory, non-mandatory, anything, any changes. So now here middle name field is currently non-mandatory. If I want to make middle name also as mandatory example, I can turn mandatory as yes. Or if I want to add a custom field at the bottom, complete going to the bottom, I'll have a place at the bottom to add custom fields. So one line item is there and I can add up to 70 custom fields. In every screen of success factors, 70 custom fields can be added. So just select custom string 1, 2, 3 like this multiple. Add one more line item gets added. Add second one more line item gets added. Like that, it keeps on giving you a place to add more fields. That way, 70 custom fields is not a small thing. Every screen, not overall 70. For personal information section, 70. For national ID information section, 70. Like that, every screen is allowing you up to add 70 custom fields. That is more than enough. nobody's going to ask you more than 4 or 5 custom fields. That way. So these kinds of changes, even once I done this, if I click on save, so that changes will start reflecting instantly on the UI. So once the screen has been saved, we can refresh our profile on the UI. So here I refresh it. And now I can see the changes. See, the last name, surname got changed to last name, which used to be above the first name. Now it has been in the 4th place. The placement changed, the label changed. And when I try to edit this block, you see that the middle name field also turned into mandatory. But generally, middle name should not be mandatory. That's why SF did not give it. I just turned it to mandatory to showcase that I have turned it to mandatory that way. So these kinds of lot of changes is what we can come up with. So this is how the configuration starting level should look like. Many more things we'll be looking down the line. Okay. So this tool where we have done this is a very important tool called as business configuration. Manage business configuration is a tool where we came and we have done this. Like this different kinds of transactions is where I prepared an Excel sheet. So in Employee Central, what are the different kind of config places, recruitment module, performance module, several config places. A dictionary kind of an Excel sheet is what I prepared. That also I'll be sharing you guys down the line. Okay. Any other queries, anyone? Sounds good. So I'll be sharing some introduction level documents as well, guys. And tomorrow we'll be again connecting to the same time and we'll be looking at the implementation methodology. That's our next agenda topic. How does the success factors projects work in the real time in the name of implementation methodology? So the stages of the project from starting to ending, how does the SF project look like? What are the stages, all that? This will be in our discussion in the tomorrow session. Okay. That's all for now. Thank you one and all. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Suresh. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Suresh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Suresh.